Key documents every individual should have. If you're above the age of 18, even a fresh 18-year-old should have them as well if they're going off to college. First one is a healthcare power of attorney. So what that means is if you're in the hospital and you can't make decisions, who is that person that is allowed to make decisions on your behalf? A second one is a financial power of attorney. So who can gain access to essentially your bank account to keep paying your bills if you're unable to for a period of time. A living will, that's another important one, a key document, because a living will is a directive saying if I'm on life support, do I want to remain on life support for the rest of my life? A living will essentially takes the burden off of your healthcare power of attorney and your loved ones to make the decision, essentially, should I pull the plug? Because they know what your goal is already. And another one is the last will and testament. So both of them have the word will in them, but they mean different things. The last will and testament is after you pass, how should your assets be split amongst your loved ones? So that's where you'll name your executor, so the person who takes care of all of your, making sure everything gets to everyone, and pays your final bills and things like that. A trust document can also be a really important one. Oftentimes, families with young kids, a trust can be something that protects those kids from, if something were to happen to both parents or, each parent, a trust protects those assets from essentially the child receiving them at maybe a premature age when they're not quite responsible to receive your assets that you've built up. You can own things in a trust like your house, or a lot of times that's the biggest asset for most families for a long time. Another important piece for families with young kids is it's built oftentimes into your last will and testament is the guardian for your children. Oftentimes it's the hardest decision for people to make because essentially you're choosing who you would want to take care of your kids if something were to happen to you. But that is incredibly important so that the court isn't the one deciding who would take care of your kids if you weren't here to do so.